I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
Damn.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. A lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
See my situation? That's a very vague question, and it's for you
What
to
situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high functioning?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from. This is. Can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yeah, some more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
Damn.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I
I'm
just want
saying,
God
about
to
your
bring
wife.
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just.
Because.
I absolutely cannot stand when dudes talk in limerick, in poem, in rhyme, when they're just unclear. What do you mean you just want God to bring them? As if there's not an act that needs to take place. What is this, immaculate conception, baby? You Jesus now. You giving birth without putting eggplant and viscous innards? What does that mean? What I think that he's trying to do is to avoid some like direct accountability for the act of coitus, which then raw daddy leads to babies, which then allows him to make future single mothers going into the future. But let me not jump the gun. Let's keep listening.
My point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Brian, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree.
I agree with him there. I have the same fear, but I'm still not creating baby mamas. So really the equation is your priority squirting in multiple viscous innards is out prioritized than your fear of divorce. But at the same time, as I say all of this, we cannot take accountability for the women that continue to line up for this type of behavior, because those women prioritize the bag over being a single mother. But let's resume.
I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active, okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period.
How old is she?
But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife.
Just real quick, I don't see a ring on her finger either, so I find it interesting that she's going to start critiquing him.
Because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far, but these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
She has a very fair point in this criticism of Cam Newton. And I think that it's a lot different if you create, like, let's say like he's in favor of polygamous relationship all of the way, right? Like he has a compound, all of the mothers and the children are within one compound. They all get along. It's all a happy, giant ass family. You know, they're doing like the Mormon shit. That's a lot different than what this situation is, where the baby mothers are in disparate portions of the country and they're super split. In the former example, the polygamous example, he's still somewhat split between but at least they're all in the same area. But in the latter example, I mean, you just can't be in two states at one time. So although for you as a man, you're creating all of these likenesses and images of you, but you're going to increase the chances that each one of those kids is going to suffer a daddy hunger. And that daddy hunger is absolutely real. For example, did you guys know that 80% of people incarcerated come from single mother homes? Or did you know that 60% of youth self-deletion comes from children from single mother households? 71% of high school dropouts are from single mother homes, and 90% of homeless children that run away are from also single mother homes. We know, and we have known for decades, the impact of a present father. Not financially present, but there, active in their life. This sort of reminds me of that time Nick Cannon forgot one of his kids' names.
You left out Onyx Ice Cold.
Oh no, you know what? I did. You
did.
You got.
I knew you didn't know.
But again, and let me continue to preface this, because while I can criticize him just as much so I can criticize these women that continue to sign up for a Nick Cannon or continue to sign up for a Cam Newton. The onus is on them just as much as it's on Cam Newton. But he's the one in the front of the microphone, so we're going to have to talk about him right now. And contrary to very popular belief, this shit just doesn't just happen within the black community as well. You know, Elon Musk has 11 children. And what was the result of him not being active in one of his child's life? This right here is Elon Musk's son.
Hey, it is Vivien Jenna Wilson. I'm just going to come on here and say that I'm doing well. I'm doing fine, actually. I'm formulating a response and whatnot. It's being worked on. It's being worked on. Just hold your goddamn horses for 5 more seconds, okay? I promise it's getting worked on. It is Vivien Jenna Wilson.
And the response that she's talking to is an interview that he did with Jordan Peterson.
Vivien cut ties with Elon in 2022 after filing a petition to change her name due to her gender identity and her severed relationship with her father. Vivien wrote in court documents obtained by E! News at the time, "I no longer live with or wish to be related to my biological father in any way, shape, or form." While Elon's no longer in contact with Vivien, the 53-year-old previously shared that he has strong bonds with his other children. He told the Financial Times in an interview published June 23rd, "I have very good relationships with all the others. Can't win them all."
Fathers matter. Let's finish up.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy.
I don't like the way that she's summarizing that, because she's victimizing the women that are signing up for this. They're signing up for this. Stop making these women victims. They are just as much a perpetrator into this madness, into the creation of them being a single mother, as what he is for sticking raw eggplant inside of them. Stop victimizing these women making decisions. Unless your argument is that he coerced them, or he's holding these women down against their will to have his babies. Unless that, then stop victimizing them. Stop babying grown women. Stop it.
It's a huge dysfunction within our black community that I truly believe personally,
women.
Statistically, mental health wise, and community wise, that black men would stop.
What? Black men will what?
Stop doing that, that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing.
What?
And creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife.
Her compartmentalizing shit doesn't really make sense, but she's she's freestyling, so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But again, she does have a point. And I know it's a point because I know the amount of time that my father laid into me to create me as the man that I am today. And I would have been lost. I would have been lost as shit if it wasn't for him. The way I try to explain it to people, it's like, imagine growing up in the world without GPS and having to find where it is that you're trying to go. Imagine doing that before the internet. That to me is like growing up with, as a man, growing up without a father. But I grew up with GPS. My father was GPS. Okay, well, this is how you handle this right here. Here's what you need to, right? Like, here's how you need to challenge yourself. Here's how, right? Like, and he could do it from a man, from a masculine perspective. I had GPS, and because I have GPS, I can work around, I can figure things out, but a lot don't have that, especially within the black community. That suffers at a 70% illegitimacy rate. Let's finish up.
And then you have all these other houses that are homeless, but you over here at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will, you'll get whatever you want. You're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish. Epitome of selfish.
Well, guys, let me know if you guys want me to go through a live stream of this and we can go over it together as an MT Army, as a community. But besides this odd compartmentalization description she was utilizing, and as well as victimizing women that are making adult decisions, I think that she had some fair points there. I think the number one issue plaguing young men today is lack of fathers. Lack of strong fathers. And it's not just something that I think, the data proves it as well. But let me know what you guys think down in the description box down below. What are your thoughts regarding this discussion? Do you think that Cam Newton is wrong and or selfish for the way that he's choosing to move? Do you think that the psychologist had a point? Why or why not? Leave it down in the comment box down below and let's have a conversation. Until next time, YouTube, peace.
You don't wanna see me get vexed. Bars on your phone, tell a man you can't jack. The big girl, the ones who can't stretch. Breaking the neck when we in the car next. You don't wanna see me get vexed. Bars on your phone, tell a man you can't jack. The big girl, the ones who can't stretch. Breaking the neck when we in the car next. That bars need a fibrillation ASAP. Get boxed with a straight gap. I'm reminded of mind state they lack. Every time that they climb, we go way back. All they wanna be is just